Good evening, everyone, and welcome along to the Championship podcast with myself, Bradley Young, with Sunderland fan Paul Wilson. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, everyone.
And Coventry City fan from Sky Blues Fans TV, just a shout out as well to you guys, is Ken. Good evening, Ken.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So obviously we're going to be talking about Preston game, what happened yesterday. Obviously Coventry losing to Derby yesterday as well, which is very interesting, that one. Hi lads on the comments. Callum Hall, good evening, Callum. I hope you're well.
Hi, Callum.
Mark Robbins shouldn't have been sacked. Exactly, he shouldn't have been sacked. I thought that was an absolute joke, to be fair.
Shocking decision.
Absolutely flipping shocking, yeah, indeed. Oh, West Brom's just finished 0-0 against Burnley, by the way, guys. Whoever's watching, Anthony's watching that.
Yeah, Bowers has just told us we are still 8 points above 7th.
Yeah. Bad move, that. Yeah, exactly. It's a bad move. Obviously, Robin's getting sacked. But to be honest, we'll be going into that in a lot of detail later on. What obviously Ken's thoughts were about that. But yeah.
Hi, Jacob.
Yorkshire Mackham, good evening. Jacob on the live. Wonder who Coventry will appoint next. That's an interesting one, Jacob. Ken, for you.
Yeah, well, there's so many names being bandied about. I don't know. Honestly, don't know. I guess it's as good as mine. I just honestly don't know.
Yeah.
Whether we're going to go abroad or in the UK.
Hi, Paul. Hi, Brad. Good evening. But yeah, we're going to talk about the Preston review first with Paul. Obviously, he took the journey down the M6. Obviously, that was closed, unfortunately. So Sunderland fans had to find another way, unfortunately. But whoever was in that lorry overturned crash, I hope, obviously, everyone's safe. But obviously, I heard someone die, unfortunately, which is a bit sad. But everyone else is okay in that. But yeah, Paul, Preston game yesterday, what was your thoughts on that performance?
To be honest with you, I wasn't actually happy with the performance. I know the players are not happy with a point actually at Preston North End. One thing I am going to mention, actually, I know I told you, Brad, after the game, Preston North End supporters actually was protesting against the owners.
Yeah.
Which I actually was really surprised, because when I came out of the ground, when I was actually heading back to the coach, and there was a couple of police officers and a couple of security guards around a couple of their supporters. I actually asked what was happening, and apparently the Preston fans was protesting against the owners. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of, maybe they don't like Paul Heckingbottom. I've got no idea why they were protesting.
That's interesting, yeah. Couple of score predictions coming through on the chat already for Saturday's game, which we'll get into very soon as well. Sunderland 2, Coventry 2, says Yorkshire Mackham. 1-1, says Callum Hall. Draw from both people. Callum Hall says as well from the club, much as I hate Coventry City, no offence, but Mark Robbins did wonders for the club from League 2, getting them in the Championship and getting them into the FA Cup final. Well, to be honest, not just the Championship, but he could have got them into the Prem as well. But
yeah, we're one kick away.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Got them in the playoffs. Guessing that's your prediction for the playoffs for Coventry being interesting, that. We were badly off it again last night. We were terrible. Didn't even deserve the point. We should have won the game, Preston. Well, to be honest, I've got mates who live down there, Connor and Ollie, and they turned around and was like, to be honest, we don't know what game, obviously, you're watching, because apparently I heard a couple of Sunderland fans saying that were excellent last night. Mate, people were nowhere near excellent last night. We were off par, totally off par last night.
Yeah, we were actually. Well, to be honest with you, like I said to you, Lord Brad, Paul Heckenbottom actually after the game said that Chris Metham actually should have been sent off.
Exactly.
But to be honest with you, that referee last night, I actually wasn't happy with, because I know, like, when he gave a yellow card, well, it wasn't a yellow card, but like a free kick to us. He yellow carded actually one of our players.
Mm-hmm.
There was a couple of Preston players that he should have sent off. Yellow cards not even given. I think it was on the tackle in midfield. I think it was to Brown. I think it was. He was on the floor.
Yeah, it was when Whiteman tackled him.
Yeah, he did. The referee didn't give nothing.
Exactly. Should have given them a yellow card at least for that. But, you know, referees are shocking these days. Yorkshire Mackin in the chat. Coventry are definitely too big for League 2 or on League 1. Exactly, they're too big for League 2 and League 1. Championship, to be honest, right level for them, to be honest. Premier League could be something next season, hopefully, but depends on what manager.
Yeah.
It's two different things. You could have a Michael Beale who could get you absolutely nowhere. You could have an Alex Neil who could get you promotion contenders or playoff contenders. As you know, Alex Neil, he got Norwich promoted a few times.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Sunderland promoted from the playoffs. So, but he got Preston in 16th place, I think, last couple of seasons ago. But yeah. My thoughts on the Preston game last night, to be honest, were nitty-gritty first half. I thought, to be honest, either side didn't put the ball in the back of the net, or obviously they didn't put the ball in the back of the net, or people never created much chances, to be fair, I didn't think. Obviously, Preston had more of the chances to go 1-0 ahead. Obviously, great save by, ex-Coventry keeper Simon Moore. Excellent goalkeeping save by him. To be honest, was it Coventry who let us have him, or was it a different team who let us have him, Paul? Can you remember?
I'm trying to think. I think he was with you, Ken, wasn't he?
Did he come
Simon Moore.
Simon Moore came from us, yeah. He was free transfer, yeah.
Well,
yeah, honest, he's one of our three keepers, but unfortunately, he made a great start when he was in the team to start with, and he's brilliant. And then he got a slight injury, and he lost his place. Somebody else came in. Ben Wilson come in, did a good job. And then we bought another keeper in the summer. So Simon Moore slipped down the pecking order, unfortunately. But he is a good keeper. There's no doubt about that. So yeah, it'd be good for you, I think.
Yeah. Well, next we're going to go on to the Coventry review against Derby County. Were you there last night?
I was last night, yeah. I was there, unfortunately. A very poor game. Very terrible referee, unfortunately, as well. We're talking about referees who just kept stopping the game all the time for free kicks. A load of nonsense, really. And then basically wasn't up to scratch, the referee. But we played poorly, to be honest. Derby, fair play to them. They've battled for everything. They got the goal with a back pass. We back passed to give them the first goal. We back pass, and the guy nipped in and went round the keeper. So that was the first goal. And the second goal was that Derby scored was a deflection. So, which was possibly offside, but it wasn't given, you know. We managed to get a goal back to make it 2-1, put them under a bit of pressure, but we were nowhere near it, to be honest. And fair play to Derby. They deserve. At the end of the day, they battled well, even though they didn't have many shots on target, to be honest. So we gave them the 2 goals that they got, but for their battling, you know, purposes, they did really well, and they about deserved to win. I think on the end of the day, because we were nowhere near our level that we should have been.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, as well, ex-West Brom striker Thomas Asante. What's he like with you, Ken, these days? What's he
A
like?
bit hit and miss, really, because he's been on the bench a lot. He's come on a few times. He started yesterday, didn't do a lot last night. He went missing, unfortunately, for a bit, and then he came off eventually. So he's been a bit of a. I think the jury's still out on him, should we say, on Asante. So he hasn't really put any great performances, to be honest.
Did you have any clear-cut chances except from that one goal? What could have made you any more than that?
Yeah, had you right. Had two great chances.
Had you right?
Should have scored. Their keeper kept
good
saves, but this wasn't our day at the end of the day. But if we did score, we probably deserved it. We didn't deserve. We didn't play well. We were very poor. I didn't expect it because we just got come on the back of two great wins. We beat Luton, come back from 2-0 down, and then we beat Middlesbrough last week 3-0 away from home. Mm-hmm. So to come back and play like that against Derby was, not expected, to be honest. It was shocking, to be honest. I didn't expect it, and a lot of the fans didn't expect it either. That just shows you the inconsistency of this league. On any day, anybody can beat anybody, can't they?
Exactly. Who knows? Coventry could even go to Stadium Light on Saturday and get a 2-0 win. Who knows? Well,
he could do. I doubt it very much the way we're playing, but he can do.
We've been unbeaten at home all season as well. I did comment in your chat earlier.
And the guy that come on and said you've never beat a Mark Robbins managed Coventry side. Now he's gone now.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll change.
Who else is in the live chat? Macca Lad 84. Good evening, Macca. All right, Brad, Paul, and hello, Mr. Coventry fan. Hope you're all good.
Yeah.
We're doing smashing, thank you. We're going to move on now. We're going to move on to the player ratings. Obviously, for both sides, I have got Coventry City's lineup as well. Obviously, we'll go through them with Ken as well. But we'll go back to me and Paul for Sunderland's player ratings first. So, Simon Buat, Paul, what was your thoughts on him last night?
To be honest with you, I actually was impressed with Simon Moore. Since he's actually came into the team, he has kept. Up to now, I would say kept 3 clean sheets up to now. I think it's 3 or 2 clean sheets he's kept.
Yes, it's 3.
So it will be hard for Anthony Patterson to come back into the squad.
To be honest, I was just about to talk about that as well. Will it be hard for Anthony Patterson? Obviously, you just said it will be hard, but to be honest, does Pat will get in before Moore, or does Moore get in before Pat will? Obviously, if Moore keeps doing this constantly, do you think Moore will keep the place?
Well, to be honest, I think I think Pat is still injured, actually, off after what he done at Luton. But Regis Lebris said on Monday that he wouldn't have played last night anyway. No. But Regis said he's touch and go actually for the weekend.
What I would do is
we'll actually find out tomorrow, really.
Yeah, obviously I'm not Reggie Lebris what he does and what he doesn't do, but to be honest, what I would do is obviously just play Simon Moore for this last game and obviously start Pat after the international break. Make sure everything's okay.
Well, put this way, Brad, Regis really doesn't tell us what he wants to do, really. He just surprises us, like last night, for example. We were surprised, we were like, oh, Mundell and Roberts, why they're on the bench?
Keisha Cameron Jude, yes, she is one of our moderators in the chat. She says,
Keisha.
All right, Brad Paul. We're doing canny Keisha, thank you. Also, I was proper shocked about the Mark Robbins this morning when I checked my phone. I think Ken would have been as well.
Very.
Yeah.
Very.
It was crazy after what happened last night. I thought literally only after that 2-1 loss at home last night. It wasn't like you conceded a lot of goals, you only conceded one goal. Like after that.
No, it wasn't, and it was just the timing of it is very strange as well.
Exactly.
I don't know. I know the owner will know why he's done it, and he hasn't made any statement yet, so we're waiting for him to come out and say something.
Oh dear. Keisha Cameron Jude as well last night when I was at game 2, it was mad. Apparently Joe Bellingham was in the attendance last night as well. I was
he was actually in with the supporters last night. Joe was him and his father was.
Interesting that. Even in the case yesterday's Yorkshire backing, I thought Tommy Watson played amazing last night. Well, to be honest, I was going to say, I don't think he played well, but I think he played all right. But to be honest, if he was playing on the left-hand side, I think he would have been better. To be honest, I think Tommy Watson's the left winger, not a right winger. Plays him on the right instead of the left. That's, to be honest, he's not a right wing, he's a left. But Paul's Simon Moore anyway, we're going back to goalkeeper now, Simon Moore. What would you give him out of 10 as a rate?
Well, to be honest, I've just actually seen what local reports give him. They've actually given him a 7, but after what I saw last night, I'm giving him 7 a solid 8.
Ooh. Solid 8. To be honest, I'm going to go one higher. I'm going to give him a 9. I thought, to be honest, Simon Moore when he was, at times when he was, Preston were trying to cover us, obviously trying to score. Obviously, he was trying to obviously keep the dangers out. Obviously, that save what he made in the first half, that was superb. Absolutely brilliant save by Simon Moore. And all these Coventry fans, I don't blame them why obviously they like Simon Moore because he's excellent. So
he's experienced in our league as well, Brad.
Obviously, his experience. He came from. He went to Sheffield United as well, didn't he? Before.
Yeah, that's who we got him from, Sheffield United.
Yeah, and obviously Acacia in the chat as well. She's a Sheffield United fan as well. So.
Right.
Seriously, you should have seen Job last night. He was selling some of our chants and loads of fans wanted photos of him, but he said no to some of our fans. Ooh, that's interesting. I kept telling you lads about Simon Moore since he's arrived when he came from us Blades to Coventry. Well, to be honest, it's more I thought, to be honest. I don't give him any higher than I don't give him any lower than a 9 because to be honest, I'll give him any lower than a 9 and that's an insult. But yeah. Next we're going to go on to Chris Metham, defender. Paul, what are your thoughts on Chris Metham?
Oh, yeah, James. He's a friend of mine, actually, Brad.
He's friends with me on Facebook as well. He's been on friends with me for years.
James actually went to the same school as me, actually.
That's interesting.
Chris Metham, interesting one, actually, because, some Preston fans, Heckenbottom actually said that Chris Metham actually should have been sent off. I looked back and I'm going to give Chris Metham a solid 9.
Ooh, solid 9. To be honest, you went one high, I'm going to go one lower. I'm going to go 8 this time. To be honest, I thought he played quite well last night. Obviously doing his usual business, getting around the attackers for Preston, trying to obviously defend quite well. And obviously that's all he's good at. Obviously his experience there, he came from Bournemouth on loan. Obviously played for Brentford in his days as well. And obviously he's a great player. Obviously Premier League standard quality as well. And obviously his quality shown in the Championship. And to be honest, what Paul said earlier on in the in the Sky Bet Fans TV as well, getting him on loan, that's absolutely, I don't know what the hell's happened there, but To be honest, the own signing someone like his quality, wow. But
It's a good catch by Christian Speakman. Like,
yeah, Christian Speakman's been doing quite well this season for us. Like, even Yorkshire Mackem, Jacob made 2. 1-0 Sunderland win on Saturday afternoon against Coventry City. However, lad, says James. But I hope so as well, James. I hope so as well. I think we'll win 3-1 tomorrow. I can see our ex-player Ellis Sims getting a goal for us as well against us. That's interesting. Ellis Sims, isn't he injured or something?
He's injured at the moment. He didn't play. He hasn't played the last 2 matches.
I thought so.
So whether he'll be fitter for Saturday, I don't know.
Yeah. I bet he will get booze again on Saturday like he did last season. Well,
to be honest with you, Ellis Sims, I think will get a good reception from us, to be honest.
You think?
Well, if you think, Brad, Ellis Sims done well with us, when he came on loan with us.
He did,
yeah. But we actually wanted to buy him.
Yeah, done well where he came from Everton, didn't he?
Yeah, he done really well with us.
Yeah, we got him from Everton, yeah.
Keisha, how are you doing? Says Jacob. So yeah, next we're gonna move on to the other central defender, Luko 9. Keisha likes Luko 9 obviously. She thinks she's his favourite player. But yeah, Paul, what's your thoughts on 09 last night? How well did he play?
To be honest, there's a lot of players actually that I actually was impressed with. 09 is one of them. I know after the game he came out and said he wasn't happy with the point. The players are not happy.
Mm-hmm.
I think they know actually that we didn't play well last night. Not like we usually do.
Yeah.
Well, the last 2 games we haven't, but hopefully we'll actually pick it up at the weekend. But yeah, I'm going to give Luke 9 a solid 8, the same as the case. Yeah.
8. Well, he's been impressed by my rating I'm going to give him. To be honest, he was the best player on that pitch by a country mile. I thought, to be honest, last night. But when Preston was trying to score that good block what he put in last night, if anyone didn't say it, what a block that was. What a block. And to be honest, he done more of them in the second half as well. He was just keep defending constantly. Like he's like a Chris Metham as well. He's really good at the back. But yeah, I thought Luke O'Neill done slightly better than Chris Metham this time. But I'm going to give Luke O'Neill a solid 10. He was my man of the match for me last night, by a mile. But next we're going to go into Troy Hume, right back, Northern Ireland. What's your thoughts on him, Paul?
I don't know really because I'm just pleased actually that Troy Hume actually didn't pick up that yellow card. That's suspension yellow card. Because when I put this way, Brad, actually, when I saw who the referee was last night,
yeah,
first game he's actually reffed against us, and I thought straight away, when I saw his name, I was like, new referee, he's going to send a couple of yellow cards to players that's one suspension away, like Troy Hume, Chris Rigg, and all them.
Aye.
But yeah, Troy Hume for me. I'm going to give an 8 as well.
Yes, Troy Hume. Okay. I thought in the defending part, out of them 4, I thought he was quite the weakest link out of all them 4, minding the defending role. To be honest, I'm going to give him a 6. I don't think he played that well, to be honest, last night when he did on Saturday against QPR. But last night I thought he played quite poorly, so I'm going to give him a 6. Next, we're going to move on to Dennis Serkin, left back. Apparently, everyone calls him the best left back in the league. Everyone calls Dennis Serkin. But yeah, Paul, what's your thoughts on him?
To To be honest, I agree with the comment that local reports actually put with Dennis Cirkin actually, because they've said was never really troubled at left back with both teams going down the right most of the night. Never really got forward until Mundell came on and then combined well with him, which he did. So I'm going to give Dennis Cirkin I'll give him a 7.
7 for me as well. Same. Carl Stewart says on the chat, wasn't the best game. Nah, it wasn't the best game, was it?
It wasn't called, mate. I was there to witness that.
Next, we're going to go on to the central midfield, which is a combination of Brown, Rigg, and who else was it? Neil. Yeah. Brown, Rigg,
Yeah,
and
it was Neil.
So Dan Neil, the captain. How could I not forget the captain? Dan Neil, the captain. Paul, what's your thoughts on him this season?
Well, actually, this game I'm going to give Dan Neil a 6.
Felt sorry for you getting hit in the knackers. Well, to be honest, I was as well. I felt sorry for him. But yeah, I'll give Dan Neil a 7. To be honest, he had a brilliant game last night. I thought Dan Neil, I thought he looked fairly sharp. Next, we'll move on to Alan Brown. Alan Brown, of all people, former Preston man as well. What was your thoughts on him last night, Paul? Did he look quiet last night, or did you think he did his normal self?
To be honest with you, I actually thought Alan Brown actually helped us last night.
Yep.
Yeah, because the first thing is I did actually watch his interview he actually did with Sky actually, and it was interesting actually because Sky actually said to him actually, was it actually weird actually going into Preston actually into the wear end? He actually said yes, because a former Preston North End player, and apparently actually, because I actually heard an interview, apparently the reason why he left Preston was because apparently he fell out with Ryan Lowe.
Ryan Lowe, yeah.
Because the interview I heard said that if Ryan Lowe left, Alan Brown would have still been at Preston North End today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would playing under Paul Heckenbottom today.
Again, that was a lucky lad as well, getting the sort of like his quality player style as well, getting a player like him into the squad as well, that experience, 10 years under his belt at Preston as well.
Yeah. Alan Brown for me, playing against his former side, I'm going to give him a 6.
Alan Brown for me, I'm going to give him a 7.5. I thought he played quite well, to be honest. Next, we're going to move on to Riggy. Obviously, 17-year-old Chris Rigg. What's your thoughts on that lad, Paul? Last night?
Well, to be honest, actually, Chris Rigg actually was my man of the match last night. Yeah, I actually was impressed with Chris Rigg.
Yeah.
Local reports actually give him a 7. Actually, they've give Alan Brown a 5. Which I'm surprised with that. Chris Rigg for me, I'm going to give him an 8.
Give Chris Rigg a 9. I thought, to be honest, he thought he played quite well as well. Next, ones are obviously left wing, right wing. Tommy Watson and Aaron Connolly are the next ones. We're going to start off with Connolly. Isidore it was, wasn't it? Isidore and Watson on the wings, and it was Connolly up top, wasn't it? So,
yeah, it was.
So we're going to start with Isidore first, Paul. What do you think about Isidore on the left-hand side instead of striker? What's your thoughts of him being there?
To be honest with you, I said to Bowers actually during the game, I actually thought Wilson Isidore actually looked lost actually on the wins actually, because he looked better actually when he was the solo striker. You know, when he brought Aaron Connolly off.
Yep.
And to me, I think Regis Labrie actually played Wilson Isidore on the run win as well.
Yep. Should have played him on the right.
Because Tommy Watson should have been where Wilson Isidore was last night.
Yep. Lauren Kelly in the chat. She says hi. Good evening, Lauren. How are you doing?
Hey, Lauren.
You alright?
But yeah, Wilson Isidore for me. Yeah, I'll give him a 6.
6. I'm going to give him a 7. I thought Isidore played quite well again. Thought he had an alright game. So yeah. Next one is Tommy Watson. Obviously his first debut last night for the club. Senior debut for the club, may I say. What was your thoughts on him last night, Paul, for his first senior debut? What people would say.
Well, to be honest, Tommy Watson actually played quite well, actually. Because I'm just looking actually what Logo Report actually did put for him. I know you're all, Lauren. I know you're all. Yeah, Tommy Watson played quite well actually, until they actually come off. But yeah, Tommy Watson for me does get a 6.
Tommy Watson gets a 5.5 for me, to be honest. He didn't look quite good, to be honest, on the right-hand side. I think on the left he created more product. I think he's a left-sided winner instead of a right-sided winner. But what he likes to do like a Jack Clark style. He likes cutting in and shooting. But for me, I'm going to give him a 5.5. What he did last night was all right as well. Yeah, he needs to bulk up. Exactly, Lauren. That's true as well. Next, we're going to move on to striker Aaron Connolly. Paul, what's your thoughts on him?
Oh. To be honest with you, Aaron Connolly actually did have a really good chance to actually opening up his scoring for Sunderland. Because if you think actually, the goalkeeper, Preston's Freddie Woodman actually did save it.
Yeah.
So actually, if that went in, Brad, we could have won 1-0 through Aaron Connolly. Last night.
7 saves 11.
But yeah, his first start actually for the club as well. Yeah, I'm going to give him a 7 actually. I actually was impressed with him last night.
That's quite a reasonable rating to give him. I'm going to give him a 7 as well. That's quite reasonable, to be fair, Paul. Good shout. Next is the subs. So Mundo came on, Roberts came on, and the Grill make some minutes last night.
No, it was Mundo, Roberts, and Meander.
Mundo, Roberts, and Meander, yeah, that's it. So we're going to start with PR10 because Peter's been waiting for this one. So let's go start with it. So, what's your thoughts on PR10, Paul Patrick Roberts? What's your thoughts on him?
God, I've got to be nice, Lawrence in the chat. To be honest with you, I can actually see why Regis actually kind of rested Roberts. Because I actually said to Bowers, actually, I think Regis Labrie actually was looking at the game at the weekend for Mundell and Roberts, to be honest. But yeah, Patrick Roberts for me, I am going to give it 8.
To be honest, Patrick Roberts for me, I thought we could have ended the game with a win last night thanks to him, but obviously he just hit it just wide. It was very wide last night. It's wide of the post. Thought that went in actually by him, but yeah. For me, Patrick Roberts, I'm going to have to give a 9 to. I thought he played quite well when he came on. Obviously cutting in, obviously beating defenders and beating midfielders like for goal dust. me to say. So yeah, for me, I'm going to give him a 9. So next is Remain Mundo. What's your thoughts on Mundo, Paul? Recently.
To be honest, Mundell actually looked lively actually when he came on. Mundell for me, he is one of them actually I have been impressed with this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I actually said to Michael actually before Mundell came on, I actually said to Bowers, you know, it actually looked like you know that we've actually finally got Clark's replacement in Remain Mundell.
This is a good question coming in from Lauren Kenny. She turns around Patrick Roberts lover, by the way. She says, I got a question for our guest. She says, who is a player you think you need to watch for on Team on Saturday? Team on Saturday.
From our side, from Coventry, you mean?
Yeah, probably that's what she means.
Yeah, probably might be called Ben Chief. You know, if he's on form, he's normally top player in midfield, and he's got a good shot on him sometimes as well. So Ben Chief would be the man for me.
Ben Chief. Interesting.
Yeah. I think actually what she means there again is there a player there that you know, like what type of player you actually think you know that a player that we've got could actually hurt you on Saturday?
Oh, from your side, you mean?
Yeah, I think that's what she's on.
I need to reread this question. I got a question for our guest. Who is a player you think you need to watch for on our team on Saturday?
Yeah, our team on Saturday. I don't know. Well, I haven't seen much of Sunderland this year, so I've seen a couple of games on telly.
Yeah.
Where you've got a good young side, haven't you?
Yeah.
You got a good young side at the moment. So, who's the lad they brought in to replace the guy you sold? Who's
Remain Mundo.
Jack? Yes. Is it Jack? Yeah. Who's that lad you had last year? Jack
Clark.
Oh,
yeah,
Jack
he went,
Clark.
didn't he? And you got somebody replaced him. What's his name?
Mundo. Remain Mundo.
Yes, him. He looks quite impressive.
Yeah.
From what I've seen. But I haven't seen much of Sunderland, to be honest, so I can't really pinpoint any more names, but certainly that one stood out for me.
Another question again. Is Alice Sims injured? Obviously, we'll went through that.
Yeah, he is. Well, he has been for the last 2 matches.
Yeah.
He may be back Saturday. It'd be touch and go, to be honest. 50-50.
Obviously, yes, the last player as well we need to go through is Meander, Paul. What do you think of him when he came on?
Yeah, I didn't give one for Mundell actually. Mundell for me gets a 7, but Meander, after coming back from injury, I was actually surprised he came on, to be honest.
Yeah.
I thought Meander actually was a bit quiet when he came on.
Quiet when he came on, didn't he?
Well, to be honest with you, Brad, he didn't have much minutes actually on the pitch.
No.
Meander for me, I'll give him a 7.
Meander for me, I'm going to give him a 6. I don't think he played that bad, to be fair, but he could have improved in the game when he came on in them final minutes. But yeah, we're going to go over to Coventry City player ratings now with Ken. So obviously, Dovan, Biggs, Thomas, Sheaf, Labradori, I'm trying to pronounce that name, De Silva, Raduni, Mason Clark, Sakamoto, Wright, Thomas, Asante, Torp, Van Engwick, and Eccles. So yes, let's go through these. So Dovan, the goalkeeper, what's your thoughts on him? Ken, what's your thoughts on Dovan?
Well, he didn't really have a lot to do apart from pick the ball out of the net twice, because apart from them 2 goals that we gave him, there weren't many more shots that he had to save, to be honest. So he didn't have a lot to do. So What do you want me to give you a mark out of 10, do you?
Out of 10, mate.
Yeah, I'll probably just give him. He didn't have a lot to do, so I'll give him a 7.
7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Next one is Binks. What's your thoughts on Binks?
Binks did okay. He probably was at fault for the second goal, probably, maybe. It's a bit slow coming out a couple of times, but again, he wasn't at his best. So I'll give him a 7 again.
7 again, okay. Right, Thomas, what's your thoughts on Thomas?
Thomas, good player, Thomas. So you've got to watch him for set pieces. He comes up for the headers. He came up a couple of times against Derby, but didn't quite get there. The defender got there ahead of him, but he always gets in good positions, Thomas, when he comes up for attacking corners and set pieces. So I'll give him an 8.
An 8. Ooh, this is an interesting one. Ben Sheaf.
Ben Sheaf, who's normally half great player, didn't have a good game, to be honest, against Derby. Although he very rarely has a bad game. But he wasn't great. But he's looking to give that killer pass in midfield. That's what he does. And he didn't do a lot of that. Unfortunately, he didn't get hold of the ball much. But so I'll give him a 7.
7. Next one is Labradorius. I can't pronounce that name. Bloody heck, I'm not Spanish.
There we go. Yeah, again 7. I'd 7 again. 7.
7 again. What about De Silva?
De Silva, I'll give him probably he didn't do a lot either. 6.
6 for De Silva. Rodoni.
He's the one that did the back pass. Gave away the first goal, but he's normally spot on, to be fair. So very rarely he makes a mistake like that. It's the first time he's done it this season. So I'll give him a 6.
Okay. What about Mason Clark, who came on in the 60th minute?
Yeah, he came on. He didn't do much when he come on, to be honest. Again, I'll give him a 6.
6 for Mason Clark. Sakamoto.
Sakamoto scored our goal. Very dangerous player when he's on form. And he was probably the highlight of the bunch. So I'll give him an 8.
Haji Wright.
Haji Wright, again, he's below power. Below par last night. He had 2 great chances near the end. He could have equalised and could have won it, really. But he failed to connect on both occasions. So I'll give him a 7.
7. Thomas Asante.
Didn't perform up to the standard again. Came off eventually. I'll give him a 6.
What about Torp?
Torp was okay. When he came on, he had a couple of good shots actually, and he was unlucky with one of them. So I'll give him a 7.
Van Edwick, is it? Van Edwick?
Yeah, he was okay, but again, he didn't get forward as much as he used to. He normally does. When he attacks, he's very threatening, but he didn't see much of that last night, unfortunately. Derby did a good job on him, to be honest, defending wise. I'll give him a 6.
Finally, Eccles,
another one who had a quiet game, didn't do a lot, below what we expect of him. I'll give him a 6 as well.
Obviously, your new substitutions were Collins will goalkeeper, Kitchen, Tavares, Perry, Andrews, and Dosh. Dosh was it? I don't know. But yes, we're going to go into now the Championship game week predictions. This one's going to be an interesting one. So we're going to add this to the stage. Watford versus Oxford. I want a prediction of both of you. Obviously, Paul knows how to do this. So Watford versus Oxford tomorrow night at Vicarage Road. Anthony Backhouse is the referee for this one. And Watford are 1.8 to win. It's 3.7 for the draw and 4.2 for the Oxford win. Head to head between these two sides. None of them's played each other except for a draw. None of them's won each other except for a draw. So Paul, you can go first here. What's your thoughts on Watford versus Oxford?
Well, to be honest, I've just looked at the table actually. This one, I think, Brad, we need an Oxford win.
Ooh,
because Watford are 7th and Oxford are actually 16th.
yeah.
So I'm going to say 2-0 Oxford.
Ooh, I like that. 2-0 Oxford. 2-0 Oxford. I'm writing these score predictions down, by the way, Paul.
Yeah, I thought.
Right. Ken, what's your score prediction?
Watford are normally quite good at home, aren't they? So
Yeah, they're quite good at Vicar of Children.
I'm going to go for the opposite. I'm going to go 2-0 Watford win.
2-0 Watford win. Interesting. What's this one? Paul, what is the best part on your shirt? What?
It'll be the badge.
The crest. The crest badge.
Yeah, because on this one it's the ship.
Yeah.
The ship badge.
For me, Watford versus Oxford, obviously for us, we desperately need Oxford to win this. I am going to say Watford 1, Oxford 2. I think Oxford will just steal it 2-1. Next game then, 12:30 kickoffs. We've got 3 in the Championship Saturday. So Cardiff versus Blackburn comes at Cardiff City Stadium, the first one. Gavin Ward's going to be the referee for this one. And it's 2.25 for the Cardiff win, 3.5 to 1 for the draw, and 3.1 for the Blackburn win. Head to head, 6 wins for Cardiff, 8 draws, and 6 wins for Blackburn. Paul, what are you going to go for on this one?
This one, I'm going to go 1-1.
1-1. Not bad. Ken?
I'm going to go for 2-2.
Not bad. 2-2. I'm going to say Blackburn will just nick it. I'm going to say 1-0 Blackburn. 1-0 for that. Next game then is the Borough in town versus Luton Town. Obviously, Riverside Stadium. Tony Harrington's the referee for this one on Sky Sports. Plus, 1.73 for the Borough win, 4 to 1 for the draw, and 4.33 for the Hatters win. Head to head, 3 wins for Borough, 2 draws, and 3 wins for Luton. So pretty much a congested win streak for both sides. But Paul, what's your thoughts on this one?
I'm going to go 2-1 Luton.
2-1 Luton, is that why? Because obviously you don't want Middlesbrough to win, obviously, to catch up with us.
Yeah.
Ken?
1-1.
1-1. I'm going to go Middlesbrough 0, Luton Town 0. It's my score prediction for that one. Next game up, we have Stoke City versus Millwall. And that's on Bet365 Stadium with James Bell being the referee for this one on Sky Sports Plus. 2.5 to 1 for the Stoke win, 3.25 for the draw, and 2.8 for the Millwall win. Head to head in these ones, and 2 wins for the Stoke City, 4 draws, and 6 wins for Millwall. Wow, big difference between 2 sides there, but that doesn't mean anything. Football's football. But Paul, what's your thoughts on that one?
Well, this one will be interesting because I'm sure Stoke won last night. I think they did.
They did.
And Millwall actually done us a favour last night against Leeds. I think it was.
Yep.
I'm going to say 2-1 Stoke.
2-1 Stoke. Howie and Ken, what's your score prediction?
I'm going for a 1-0 away win for Millwall.
1-0 to the Millwall. Interesting. I'm going to say Stoke will get a goal, but I'm thinking the Millwall win as well. I'm going to say Stoke 1, Millwall 3. That's what my score prediction is for that one. Next game up then, I think that's it for the 12:30 kickoffs. As we go into the 3 o'clock games, is Derby versus Plymouth at Pride Park Stadium. Simon Hooper is the referee for this one. Simon Hooper, of all people. 1.62 for the Derby win, 4.2 for the draw, and 5-1 for the Preston win. For the Plymouth win, sorry. Preston win. 0 wins for Derby, 0 draws, and 2 wins for the Argyle. Paul, what are you going for in this one?
Well, I was going to say we've both seen these teams in action, Brad, but we know what Wayne Rooney's like. And Paul Burns like. I'll go 2-1 Derby.
2-1 Derby. Ken?
Wayne Rooney returning to Derby, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is as well.
Interesting. I'm going to go 2-2.
2-2. Right. Everyone's going to be shocked with my score prediction. I'm going to go for a 6-goal thriller. I'm going to say Derby County 4, Plymouth Argyle 2. That's my score prediction for that. Really interesting. Next up then, we have Leeds United and never playing Queen's Park Rangers at Ellen Road, and Matt Dunno is the referee for this one. 1.25 for the Leeds win, 5.5 for the draw, and 12-1 for the Queen's Park Rangers win. Head to head then. 7 wins for Leeds, 3 draws, and 7 wins for QPR. Paul, what's your thoughts on this one?
God, for this one, I need to put my solid head on. Especially where Leeds are.
Yeah. QPR's not doing any favour, I suppose, minutes.
I was going to say, could QPR actually do us a favour? I'll go 2-1 QPR.
Ken?
I'm going to 1-0 Leeds win.
1-0 win to Leeds. Right, okay. Sunderland supporters, you're going to be actually shocked with this one. I'm going to say Leeds are going to win this very comfortably. I'm going to say Leeds United 4, Queen's Park Rangers 0. Don't say Queen's Park Rangers scoring.
I hope they don't. I hope they don't.
Next game then is Norwich versus Bristol City. And Atlantic Carroll Road, and Fari Hallam is the referee for this one. I don't even think I've heard of this referee. 2.3 for the Norwich win, 3.3 for the draw, 3.1 for the Bristol City win. Head to head, 10 wins for Norwich, 4 draws, and 1 win only for Bristol City against these sides. Paul, what are you going for in this game?
I'll go 2-1 Norwich.
2-1 Norwich. What about you, Ken?
I think 2-0 Norwich.
2-0 to Norwich. I'm going to say Norwich 1, Bristol City 0. That's my score prediction for that one. So 1-0 win for that one. Next up then, we have Portsmouth versus Preston North End at Fratton Park. And John Busby is the referee for this one. 2.8 for the Pompey win, 3.3 for the draw, and 2.45 for the Preston win. Head to head between these two sides, 0 wins for Portsmouth, 3 draws, and 1 win for Preston. Paul, what we're going for in this one?
Well, to be honest, after what I saw last night, I'm actually going to go. I go 3-0 Portsmouth.
Ooh, interesting. Ken, what are you going for?
I'm going to go for a draw. Yeah, 1-1.
1-1. I'm going to go the total opposite to what Paul said. I'm not going to go 3-0 Preston. What I'm going to say is I'm going to say Preston's going to win this 2-0. Don't see Portsmouth winning this whatsoever. The next game, which is going to be very, very figgy for both sides. Sunderland versus Coventry. 3 o'clock kickoff. Obviously, Lee Doughty is the referee for this one. Followed before, obviously. 2.15 for the Sunderland win, 3.2 for the draw, and 3.5 for the Coventry City win. Paul, what are you going for in this one?
Oh. Oh.
Oh. Can't say be nice.
It depends with us, Brad. Actually, yeah, the way our last two performances been Regis the Breeze not being happy with them.
Unbeaten at home.
Yeah, and Brad, I know we're unbeaten at home, but it has got to it has got to stop at some point. But I don't think it'll stop this weekend.
No.
It's our remembrance fixture as well this weekend. So I'm going to say we'll win for the veterans. I'm going to say we're going to win 2-1.
2-1. Ken, what's your score prediction for this?
Interesting.
Indeed.
We're not on. Well, I'll say we haven't been. We were on form previously until Wednesday night. We haven't got a manager, so it'd probably be the best time for you to play us. To be fair.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get anything on Saturday. I think we're going to get beat. I'm going to go for 1-0 Sunderland win.
1-0 Sunderland win. Okay. I'm going to say Sunderland 2, Coventry 0. That's my score prediction for that one. The next game is on Sunday. 2 games on Sunday, I believe. And 3 games on Sunday. One being a big one, Sheffield United versus Sheffield Wednesday, which is a Steel City derby at Bramall Lane. Riots are going to be riots upon riots at that game, probably. But yeah, referee for this one is Lewis Smith. Lewis Smith, of all people. Paul Wilson.
The one we had last night.
Yes.
Good luck.
Yeah. 1.85 for the United win, 3.7 for the draw, and 4-1 for the Wednesday win. Head to head, 1 win for United, 4 draws, and 1 win for Wednesday. Well, it'd be nice because Acacia is in the chat as well. Probably.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, but she'll just send us a message. She'll be like, "Oi, change that scoreline." Well, actually, we need Chef Wed to do us a favour. I'm going to say Danny Roll will win. I'm going to say 2-1.
2-1 Wednesday. Ken, what's your thoughts on this one?
I think it'll be a draw. I think it'll be 1-1.
1-1. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, people might hate me for this, obviously, with Sheffield United being for second in the table, but I don't care. Sheffield United 2, Wednesday 1. That's my score prediction for that game. Next game then is Hull City versus West Bromwich Albion at the MKM Stadium. Andrew Kitchen is the referee for this one. 3-1 for the Hull win, 3.25 for the draw, and 2.38 for the West Bromwich Albion win. Head to head, 3 wins for Hull, 4 draws, and 10 wins for West Brom. Paul, what are you going for in this one?
Well, to be honest, the last game Hull played, I did listen to the commentary, and the Hull supporters did get on the back of the Hull manager. They weren't actually happy with him. Yeah, that they're currently not happy with the manager. The supporters, the board's happy with the manager, but the supporters are not.
Oh God!
So it'd be interesting what the atmosphere is like at Hull on Sunday.
Yeah.
This one, low, I'm going to go 1-1.
Ken,
I'm going for a 2-0 Hull win.
interesting. That's very interesting. I'm going to say Hull City 3, West Brom 3. I think it's going to be a draw in that game.
Oh, that'd be an interesting fixture.
Interesting stuff like that. And the last game we haven't covered is Burnley versus Swansea at Turf Moor. David Webb's going to be the referee for this one. 1.8 for the Burnley win, 3.7 for the draw, and 4.2 for the Swansea win. 4 wins for Burnley, 0 draws, and 6 wins for Swansea. And what 1-4 on here, Paul?
I'll go 2-1 Swansea.
Ken?
1-0 Burnley.
I'm going to say a 2-0 Swansea. What my thoughts are on that one. And that about wraps that up for this evening on the Championship predictions. Right, next we are going to go on to the Coventry preview, which is the last thing we're going to be talking about before we head off for this evening. Very interesting one. Saturday, obviously Coventry's got no manager. Mark Robbins have been sacked. What do you think it's going to be like on Saturday, Ken Budiek?
Well, it's going to be a difficult game because it's always difficult when you go up there because the atmosphere is going to be electric, isn't it? And it's always full house, and there's always a little bit of a rivalry between us. So, you know, I think it's going to be difficult for us because I think the players will be still shocked at Robbins leaving, and there certainly won't be a manager in place by Saturday. That's what I believe. So it'll be probably during the international break whoever he brings in. So I think we'll struggle. Because you've got a good home form at the moment, haven't you? You haven't lost at home yet, have you?
Unbeaten. Yeah.
So it's not the ideal fixture we want, to be honest, with going up there with no manager. But there you go. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
So I think we'll struggle. Because we ain't been playing that well either this season. Bits and bobs. We played well at Middlesbrough the other week when we won 3-0.
Yeah.
So it depends what team turns up. You know, if the players want to go out and prove a point and do it for Mark Robbins, if they like, you might get a good game. But if they're sort of feeling sorry for themselves and think, well, they're to blame because Mark Robbins got sacked,
yeah,
it might be an easy win for you.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, Paul, what's your thoughts on this Coventry Saturday? I think it's perfect time to play them.
To be honest with you, it would be interesting actually what Regis LeBrie is actually thinking for the weekend. You know, because, well, I know, well, last night, for example, he actually rested Roberts and Romain Mundell. Fair enough, he brought them on second half.
Mm-hmm.
But probably at the weekend, because it's the final game before the international break.
Yeah, it is.
He'll put them straight in the starting 11. I can't see any changes
Yeah.
at the weekend unless Patterson is back, because it did look, well, the reports actually that keep coming out every day that Patterson's actually getting better off his injury, because they're doing the report every morning, so we'll find out tomorrow really if Patterson's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll do okay tomorrow on Saturday for Remembrance Weekend.
What's your lineups for Saturday then? Go through Ken's first. What's your lineup for Saturday, Ken? Then.
What my team? I think I don't think there'll be much change in the team because we ain't got many options at the minute. We've got a few injuries, so
yeah.
We've got Ellis Sims is still injured. Jamie Allen's still injured. There's Ben Wilson's still injured, the goalkeeper.
Ooh.
So it won't change. Certainly won't change them. and there's a couple of the other youngsters still injured. So we've probably got about 4 or 5 injuries. So I can't see him changing much for the lineup. So I think he'll start probably with the team that started on Wednesday night against Derby.
Against Derby.
Because that was a strong team, really, we played, but the player did not perform. That was the problem.
Mm-hmm. Paul, what's your lineup to on Saturday then before we head off?
To be honest with you, Brad, it'll be the same as me. You know, like I can't see Rachel's LeBrie changing the team. Well,
do you not think you'll bring Roberts and Mundo back in?
Well, Roberts will be back in. Mundo will be back in.
Yeah.
But he'll not change Brown because Job is unavailable until after the Millwall game. So
West Brom will be back for.
Yeah, he will be.
Your birthday.
Yeah, it is. More likely, Job actually probably will be in. Well, he'll go to the game, but he'll be sat in one of the boxes.
Yeah.
With Ballard. Well, Ballard probably on the bench.
Yeah, he will be.
The weekend. I don't think he'll come on though.
No. Just watch your Paul. Joe Bellingham will come back on your birthday into the team and score an absolute screamer. Just you watch.
I'll take it. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Ballard against West Brom because can you remember he done to Josh Madger when Madger complained that.
That was funny. Remember that one. Coming from back end before we go off, bet you wish you had someone like Peter Nudlulu in the
Unlove.
team.
Peter Unlove.
Unlove. Bloody heck.
Yeah, good player. He used to play for Coventry, Peter Unlove. Good player. Could do with him now.
Right then. Before we head off, got a couple of announcements to do before we head off. Please subscribe to our channel. Obviously, the Championship Podcast. We're on 442 subscribers. Want to reach 500 by the end of this year, hopefully, fingers crossed. He wasn't born a bit back in 84. Please subscribe to the Sky Blues Fans TV as well. Obviously.
Yeah. Anything Coventry City we talk about.
Yeah. And please, obviously, subscribe to this large channel as well. Paul Wilson, Paul and Lee Show. Obviously, them are on 152 subscribers. Please get them up to 200, please, guys, as well, by the end of the season. And then we'll be live tomorrow night as well from 7 o'clock, apparently. Is that right, Paul?
Yeah, we're live tomorrow night. I'm not sure what time, but we are live tomorrow night talking about, well, the previous 2 games. QPR and Preston. And we're actually talking about the game at the weekend.
No worries. Thank you as well, Ken, for coming on.
No problem.
Very much appreciated. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you next week.